Filming Matt in the morning, filming Matt in the morning, filming Matt in the morning. I bet his idea is great.
Hey.
Hey. You ready?
Do I look terrified?
Only vaguely. Are you ready?
No, I'm like nervously scratching myself. I had this idea that I thought was going to be cool.
Oh, wait, what? Was it the Apocrypha thing?
Yeah, I was going to do something from the book of Tobit, but... Morning! Hey!
Hey, what's the word today?
Oh, we're trying to film.
What are you filming?
For the morning show. Last segment, so it's no pressure.
Yeah.
Well, kind of last segment. I'm gonna make him film something for tomorrow as well.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, and now I'm on camera, and I forgot that I was shaving this morning theatrically, and so I left the mustache, and then I took a shower.
And forgot.
And then I was like,
What a
yeah.
surprise.
I was like, Courtney, I need to
Behind
go.
The camera has a Brody mustache.
Like,
Yeah.
Courtney, I need to go film quick. She's like, you're not keeping that, are you?
Yeah.
And now for posterity. Anyway.
Well, what were you going to talk about?
I was gonna read from Tobit in the Apocrypha, and it's a really cool story. It was like my favorite book of the Bible until I became Mennonite and learned that Tobit wasn't in the Bible.
Such a good Catholic boy.
Yeah, but they do it at like Amish weddings. They read from Tobit, and it is a really interesting story. But the fun and striking bits are spread out just far enough where I can't actually read and be like, it'll keep your attention. They'll just be like me talking for long periods of time about random stuff and then a fun
So
detail.
what's the deal, though, with the Amish? Like, why would they read it? What's the...
Well, the early Anabaptists were not as clear as some other branches of the Reformation about whether or not the Apocrypha should be in the Bible. Like, they quote from it pretty regularly. And medieval Catholics were certainly familiar with it. I think it's just a holdover from really old wedding traditions, because a big part of the story is romance.
I see.
Yeah. Do you want...
So two things.
Yeah.
One is, you're saying we could have had the Apocrypha. And two...
You could still. I've got it right here.
It's Rosedale Bible College, not Rosedale Apocrypha College.
Also true. So, but why is it read at wedding? Because I feel unfamiliar.
Well,
why is it read at wedding?
The best way to do it would be to give you the story. So there are two story arcs, really. The first is about the titular character Tobit, who has a falling out with his wife. So he's in exile. He's from the tribe of Naphtali, and he's really rigidly trying to keep his Jewish identity. He's like zealously refusing to mingle in certain ways with his captors.
Huh.
And he buries his dead countrymen and gets in trouble for it, but he also pollutes himself by doing it, has to sleep outside, presaging, of course, how his wife is going to make him sleep on the couch. And
This is read at the wedding.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And the interesting detail, which is actually really gross, is that he's sleeping outside after burying one of his countrymen. And that same night, I returned from burying him and slept by the wall of my courtyard, being polluted. And my face was uncovered, and I did not know that there were sparrows in the wall. And my eyes being open, the sparrows muted warm dung into my eyes, and white films came into my eyes. And I went to the physicians, and they did not help me.
Is this text actually read at Amish weddings?
Oh, I don't know if that section is exactly, but that's like, it sets up kind of it's the frame for the actual story. So Tobit is blinded by birds pooping in his eyes. And then because he's blind, he gets all suspicious, and his wife has received a goat for some work she's done, and he accuses her of stealing this baby goat, and it further strains their marriage. And then
No wonder. You stole kill that goat.
At this point, the story feels like there's not a lot of. I'm still trying to understand how this fits in the context of a wedding ceremony.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice. So this is like the Tobit and his wife Anna are the frame, and then the real story is about Tobias or Tobias. If you watch Arrested Development, it's Tobias, but his quest to find a wife as well, and his dad's insistent, like, you have to marry a Jew, you have to marry someone from our own tribe, and so he goes off to try and marry his cousin, but little does he know. His cousin is tormented by Asmodeus, the demon of lust. The worst of all the demons, says the Book of Tobit. And,
Also, the villain, right, in the first Redwall book by Brian Jakes, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's the snake.
Asmodeus the snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snake's always the villain in Bible inflected things. So she's tormented by Asmodeus, the demon of lust, who she's been betrothed 7 times, and each time her betrothed has tried to consummate their union, Asmodeus has just, like, killed him.
So still.
Still, right? I'm still trying to understand, like, what, as a former pastor.
What are you supposed
Would you have read this story so far at a wedding?
Talking about the beauties of matrimony,
Yeah.
and then figuring out a way to apply this story to that whole concept. I'm still a bit at a loss.
Yeah.
How this fits.
I'm gonna try and bring it home. So,
Save us, Matt.
God sends the angel Raphael, disguised in human form, to help Tobias overcome Asmodeus, the demon of lust, and marry his cousin. And there's a story involving a fish. A fish jumps up and bites Tobias's foot. And then Raphael's like, wait. Don't throw that fish away. It's going to be useful to us. You're going to burn the organs with infants in your matrimonial chamber. And it's going to drive Asmodeus away to Upper Egypt.
Did you say with infants?
No, it was incense.
Oh.
I thought you said infants.
Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder
with
you weren't
infants.
sure how to use
Even in
this
the
story.
Apocrypha, there's very little divinely sanctioned infant burning.
Incense.
Yeah, so they burns the organs of the fish with incense to drive Asmodeus away so that he can consummate his marriage, and then Raphael, the angel, is going to bind Asmodeus when he's been driven to Upper Egypt. It's a whole thing.
Does it work?
Yeah, totally does.
So,
he is allowed to marry his formerly demon-possessed cousin.
Yeah. I mean, possessed is such a strong word, but,
Well, she's killed a number of men.
well, I don't know if she's, like, killing them herself, like, in possessed fashion. It's unclear to me. I think Asmodeus is just, like, there, maybe.
So,
An odd interloper in the bridal
so there's an
chamber.
angel who causes matrimonial love to flourish.
Well, there's definitely a demon who causes matrimonial love to end in death. And there's a bunch of sparrows that, strain marriages by pooping.
Okay.
on
This
ice.
would certainly make a wedding ceremony very interesting
Yeah.
if you were to preach from that text.
Well, and then to, like, bring it home, the gallbladder of the fish is made into a paste, which is used then to cure the eyes of Tobit the father, so that he can see again.
Does he trust his wife?
This is unclear. I don't think that's the point of the story. I think it's more about the eyes.
so he never really gets a reprimand officially in the course of this story for just sort of arbitrarily accusing his wife of grand theft.
Of stealing a baby goat, which she was given as a gift for she was spinning or something, and it was her compensation. No, he's the good guy.
Yeah, it just feels like there's I don't know, it feels like you have to do a lot of spade work with symbolism to get a marriage sermon out of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a story about marriage.
It would take a lot of work. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, the only story about marriage.
Yeah.
You don't have to mess around with Esther or Ruth or anything.
Yeah.
God, Tobit.
If you've got Tobit, why would you? Yeah, well, it's they're happy that they could get married and that Tobias doesn't die, and so they have a big feast. And
there is that.
And they're both Mennonites, right? So that's kind of the point here, I think, is that you must marry a woman of your own tribe. So that could explain it. But yeah, it's got a happy ending.
There are limits even to this broadcast.
It also, toward the end, Tobit warns Tobias to escape Nineveh before God destroys it, according to prophecy. So there's marry someone of your own tribe and flee from the world kind of thing, coupled with feasting and happiness. That's all my buttons.
So we're out here in Kansas doing Kansas things. Back there, can you see it? Yeah, I think you can see it. There's a dude spraying the cornfield right here. Got some corn growing. That's a Kansas thing. Another Kansas thing is walking around barefoot, like Andrew. So that's what we're doing. We're walking around barefoot. Yeah. Another thing that's not really a Kansas thing, but it's a thing, is that we have llamas. So I'll send you over to Elliot, who was just at the llamas. Alright, now we're out here by the llamas. Here's a few of them. Let's go say hi to this guy. Oh. No. He's not interested. Yep. So those llamas. Alright, cool. Thanks, llamas. Another Kansas thing we have is our Kansas state tree. These two big guys right here are both cottonwood. It's a Kansas state tree. And they produce cotton, as you would guess. It's piling up here along the lane, as well as all throughout the grass in here. It's kind of annoying stuff, but trees grow real big. So yeah, it's a Kansas state tree. Alright, thanks for joining me in Kansas for this isolation report. Really miss all you guys, and I can't wait to see all of you again, hopefully, this summer. So yeah.
I don't know how to
You want to remind our viewers to...
land the plane, Matt.
Yeah, well, today we need to remind them that the final morning show is tomorrow, and we're going to debut it on the same platform that we're using for grad.
The final morning show is tomorrow, and we're going to debut it on the same platform that we use for grad.
Also, people should still be doing the 2 paths to assist in the finale. There's a link under this video.
There's a link under this video. You should still be doing the 2 paths to assist with the finale.
And we want them to stay safe and stay healthy.
Stay safe and stay healthy.